Hello everyone. Today, now that 72 Seasons is out, and my ranking for Metallica has changed just a little bit, it is time to re-rank this classic band. We got 11 albums, some legendary, some not so legendary, some amazing, and some that are trash. So without further babbling, we shall get right into it. Now, my bottom two I have the same complaints about, so I'm just going to make this quick and join them together. Load and reload. First things first, people say that if you were to take the best tracks of both and stitch them together, you would have a decent hard rock, classic bluesy metal album. I disagree. Between both of these, there's only like 4 tracks I enjoy. Off Load, I can kind of get down with Ain't My Bitch and 2x4. But overall, I might as well be asleep. It's like an hour and 16 minutes and 15 songs or something like that. Reload I like a tiny bit more though, because it's got tracks like The Unforgiven 2 and Fuel, of course. But besides that, I just can't with either of these. They're both like a 4 out of 10. I just truly can't stand them no matter how many times I try. Next up is what pretty much everyone will put last, and fair enough, Saint Anger. Saint Anger goes high because, well, it's also not that good. It has the odd really good song like Sweet Ember or Frantic. Then there's The Unnamed Feeling, which is way too long for its own good, but once again, it's got some pretty good ideas in it from time to time. It's got Invisible Kid and Purify, which are the 2 worst Metallica songs for me. So yeah, while it's, for the most part, a confused mess, it has some good parts in it from time to time, so it gives it the edge a little bit over the other 2. Plus, it holds my attention a little bit more, and it's yeah, overall it's just not that great. Next up, we got the new kid on the block, 72 Seasons, and since it's brand new, I'm going to have the track list off to the side to help me, because this album came out 3 days ago instead of everything else, which is like at minimum like 8 years old. By the way, I have a physical copy of Hardwired. I actually got sent this for free because I was supposed to see Metallica in 2019. Then, of course, James went off to rehab. So yeah, I got this for free. And there's a booklet in here with lyrics and artworks. So yeah, 72 Seasons. The title track is fine. It's just so structurally boring and has no right being nearly 8 minutes long. Shadows Follow didn't grab me in the slightest. Screaming Suicide is okay. I actually do really enjoy the chorus and the build up to the chorus. Sleepwalk My Life Away didn't really care for. You Must Burn didn't really care for. Lux Eterna was the first single and maybe the best of the singles. Crown of Barbed Wire didn't grab me. Chasing Light didn't grab me. If Darkness Had a Sun, that song is awful. I might even do a separate video about how much I don't like that song. Too Far Gone didn't grab me. But then, the last 2 tracks are really, really good. Really good. Like, I remember seeing that the last track was 11 minutes long, and I was like, no. Most of these songs are repetitive messes. I don't think I can do this, but no. I legitimately love this song. And I've been talking to lots of people who thought this song was garbage. So, can't please them all, I guess. But yeah, next up, Hardwired. So, since I got the physical copy, I'll just give the track a rundown there. Hardwired, brilliant song. Atlas Rise, brilliant song. Now That We're Dead is trash. I don't like that song at all. Moth and the Flame, great. Dream No More is fine. Halo and Fire is really good. Confusion, Metallica, and Here Comes Revenge, Am I Savage, and Murder 1 though? No. That's where you kind of lose me. But Spit Out the Boat is one of the best Metallica songs of all time. Hands down, it's in my top 10 easily. So yeah, it's pretty 50-50. Like, if the tracks I mentioned I like were a bit worse, I would honestly always be inclined to put 72 Seasons over this. But as it stands, this is my number 7. Next up, Death Magnetic. Let's address the elephant in the room. The sound and overall production is compressed to the point that it's distorting. And even if you listen to these tracks in solo, they sound so bad. I remember someone on the server I was once on, who was a producer, was trying to do a remix, and on James's vocal tracks, you can actually hear like the guitars, the drums, and bass, through the headphones, bleeding into the mic he's using. This is rookie stuff. And it's just... Oh, so, yeah. If I was to talk about going in depth into the production, I could be here for like 30 minutes talking about it. But as it stands, this is a pretty damn solid return to form after Saint Anger. You have the opening track, which I'm blanking on the name of. I'll put it there like I normally do. Silver Siren Redemption is another track that a lot of people hate, but I love it. It's a brilliant, long, and proggy instrumental. And I am honestly blanking on the other songs I like, so I'll just put those there. So yeah, it's a pretty solid return to form, I think. But of course, my top 5 is the classic 5. What order, though? Honestly, these 5 are all so good that when you guys share your rankings down below, I want to see them. You could have these 5 in pretty much any order. I'll probably look at your order and be like, okay, that's pretty good. Number 5, we wind back all the way to 1983 for Kill 'Em All. I know that this being 5th instead of 4th or 3rd is probably going to annoy some people. From here on out, we were in like 8.5, 9, and 10 out of 10 category. So don't come at me. I know some of you will for this being a good 5th though. The Four Horsemen is the first truly great Metallica song. Jump to Fire is awesome too. Metal Militia is fine. Anesthesia is a really good instrumental. Rest in peace, Cliff. Such a shame. Hit the Lights is good opener. Whiplash. It's just overall a really enjoyable listen and a very good debut. I'll say it's one of the best debuts ever, actually. And next up we get to the commercial one. It's the Black Album, which, these both belong to my parents. And they bought them at different times throughout their lives, clearly. And one of them, I had to get a fresh track list put in, because I guess they lost it. How do you even lose that, anyway? Oh. Wait, what the hell? This has got Nirvana Unplugged in New York in it. And then the correct CD. Man, that's funny. Anyways, I better get the one that's got the actually correct track listing. There we go. So, Enter Sandman is a good song, but I never want to hear it again at this point. Same Story, Sad But True. Holier Than Thou is a pretty decent song. The Unforgiven is a fantastic ballad with one of Kirk's best guitar solos. Wherever I May Roam, that's another top 10 Metallica song. Don't Tread on Me is okay. Through the Never, amazing. Nothing Else Matters, another solid track that I never want to hear again, as people say. Wolfman is fine. The God That Failed, that's another like top 15 or 20 Metallica song for me. I'll put there once I shoot through my old top 20 songs list. My Friend of Misery I was never that big on, and The Struggle Within is a song that people dig on, and I have no idea why. I love that song. And it acts as a very good closer. Okay. These next 3 is most people's top 3. All 3 of these are like 9 or 10 out of 10 for me. I can listen to every track of all 3 of these and have a really good time. So, don't get bent out of shape because I put Ride the Lightning at number 3. It's a 9 out of 10. I love pretty much every single track to bits. Fight Fire with Fire is a perfect pace setter. The Ride the Lightning title track is maybe my least favorite. No, we'll get to another one that's worse. But it's still a pretty damn good song. Ringing the Bell Tolls is a classic. Fade to Black is the best ballad I ever wrote. And probably my pick for the best metal ballad of all time. Trapped Under Ice is a good one. That's very underrated. Escape, though. Yeah, count me out. Creeping Death was actually my favorite Metallica song for a super long time when I was like 15, 16, 17. And then The Call of Cthulhu, which is a very bloated song. You could easily trim like a minute and a half of that. But overall, it's a ridiculously good album. And if you have this at number 1, good for you, because I know a lot of people do. But I like Injustice for All just a touch more. I remember I had not listened to this album in a really long time, And people were like, "Oh, it's so proggy, it's so technical. Playing these songs live must be an absolute bitch." And I was like, "No, what are you guys talking about?" I gave another listen though, and yeah, there's some wild stuff going on here. Time signature changes all the time, and of course, every track is long, like 7 minutes, very close to 10, 6.5, 7, 6, 5, close to 8, close to 10, 5 minutes. So it's a long album. It's like what, an hour and 8 minutes or something like that. But yeah, this one's a doozy. I really enjoy literally every single track here. But once again, the two longest tracks, To Live Is Today and Justice for All, those need a lot of trimming. Those could easily be like 8 minute songs, and it'd be a lot better. But of course, if you know anything about me, Metallica, you know that Master of Puppets is my number one album of all time. Of all time. And it has been since I was like 14. Oh man, this album is a doozy, bro. Battery, perfect song. Master of Puppets, perfect song. The Thing That Should Not Be is a bit too long and a hair repetitive, but it's still amazing. Sanitarium is a perfect song. Disposable Hero is much like Thing That Should Not Be. It's got little parts here or there that I'll probably hack at. Life on Messiah, perfect song. It's Orion, perfect song. Damaging, perfect song. It's just... it's Master of Puppets. A lot of people call it the greatest album of all time as well for me. And for me, it definitely takes that cake. But for some reason, I got the Reload CD in it. I've moved house like 7 times, and yeah, when it came to the CD, we didn't really care. I actually got this giant crack through it, which is a pain. And Injustice, which has got a chipped corner. But yeah, enough about the quality of the physical copies. It's all about the music contained within. Now, I would love to see your Metallica ranking. Tell me what you thought of 72 Seasons, and I'll see you in the next one.